Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. It's Angela, the Traveling Crafter, and today I have challenged myself with what was this huge bag of fabric scraps. I cleaned out my little area with my little tote that's underneath me with all of my fabrics, and I had a bag full of scraps, and I thought, well, let's just see what we can get done. Now, if you're new here and you've never created clusters, that is what we are going to be working on. So what will you need? Pretty much the basics. You'll need fabric. And again, this was just a bag that I had just been shoving all my tiny pieces of fabric in. I do have a big stack here that was inside of that bag that are more apt to be used for things like ruffles, fabric strips, fabric flips, things like that, which I'll do another video and will challenge myself to use up those. But we're going to see how many we can make in a short amount of time with just what we have in front of us. So I think you can maybe see, first of all, let me tell you what you need. These are not required, but I have all of these kind of simple tiny little squares that are just already cut. And I thought we could use some of those for bases. So those are sitting here. I have a stapler, which will be adequate to use. I might just pop a dab of glue on each one of them because I'll likely sew them. And I'll tell you how I sew them since I do most of that all off camera. I also have my little stapler from Craftilier or Craft, I don't know how you say it. But basically, this is so you can put it anywhere and then staple. So if your arm isn't big enough. So I have staplers here. I have a pair of scissors, and I do have my Fabri-Tac glue. For the bases, that's all you need. Now, then you can embellish them. You can put buttons on them. You can sew buttons on. This one, I just threw together real quick. I used a stapler, that Craftilier. It has blue staples in it, so I probably won't use that today. But there you go. It's a little bit bigger. I probably could have covered it with more scraps, but it is fine. So we just practice with that one. So I have light blue scraps. I have a stack of green, red, yellow. These are our bases. I have these itty bitty scraps. I have pink over here. I have a little bit of lavender. I've got some more like I want to call country muted colors. So I put all those together. A little bit of orange. And then all of these tiny little baby pieces that were left over. Little laces and trims. A couple little leftover ruffles. So we're going to use those to embellish. So let's go ahead and pop a few of these out. We're just going to use what we have and see how many we can whip together. Now, if you know me and you've been around a while, this will not surprise you whatsoever. I work pretty quick. I don't spend a lot of time thinking about it. I just kind of roll with the punches. Okay, this would be good for fabric flips, but I'm going to just pull off a piece of that because I think we can use that on a couple of these. And we'll just kind of... Now, I'm not doing anything. These aren't pressed. These aren't anything. They're just chucked down here on the... No, but this one I think will be good on the base. And again, you could have used this as your base. I just wanted to use up some of these other ones, so I thought, well, why not? I hope you guys are having a lovely day. By now, you've probably noticed that my schedule for doing videos has changed a little bit. I hope that you guys are all okay with that. It is so far working out fairly well. If you missed the video where I talked about that a little bit, I was in a... Oh, that looks nice on there. I kind of want to use the whole thing because I don't know what else I'm going to use it for. I was kind of in the situation where I needed to be a little more mindful of my time. And while I'm still creating equally as much, I needed the ability... I'm just going to pop that right on there. I'm not doing anything else with that at this point. Well, yes, maybe I will. just to add it. To have a little more flexibility, because I know come fall I will be traveling a little bit. And so I wanted to be able to get very far ahead on my videos, free up a little bit of time so that I can, you know, make time to travel and still put a huge emphasis on the Maker's Market. Now, remember, this is just a cluster. There's nothing really to it. The focal point will be in the middle, whether that be a button, a charm, or something else. I can also split it in two and make two. So there you go. There's that one. Let's see. Let's add another one in here. And we'll just go with the flow. I feel like this, oh, that's just a little baby piece. This one's a little bit smaller, so I think I can make some headway. I got lots of pink. Yeah, as you probably are not surprised. Ooh, this one will go well with that. Well, not really well, but it goes. I wonder if we can put this little Swiss dot on the back. And technically, let me just do this. Now I've just created more scraps for myself, but that's fine. Let's just get rid of this one. And we'll just use that like that. And do we have any tiny itty bitty 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 pieces? That doesn't really go. How about up here? Oh, look at this. Done. So far it's been working out. Now, I'm not used to that, not having a video every day that I need to check on and make sure it's all up, running, and good to go. So that is a little bit of a challenge for me, but otherwise it seems to be working okay. And I hope it's working for you. And as I said before, I'm going to try on occasion, maybe at least once a week, maybe twice, to pop up a little, whether it be a playlist from that are some of my favorites, whether it be an old video that I particularly liked, or that maybe is old enough that it has been sitting in the archives, and then maybe those of you who are newer here might not have seen it. And I'll put those in the on the community tab, and that way, if I don't have a video on a particular day, instead of going to search, you can just pop on that video, or you can just check out one of the playlists. There's a lot of good ones. My favorites remain to be, I'm going to save this because this is also a really long one. It's got little, I think this was gifted to me. This has got a lot of little cardinals on it, so we'll save that for something else. Okay, let's add some more. Let's add a few of these little, these are all vintage pieces. I think these might have been for my great-grandma. They're kind of just different little, they're tiny. Now we'll throw here. Maybe we do. Let's use a couple of these actually on here. Let's see what we can do with that. Let's use some of these in combination. I like kind of doing something like that. Maybe that for a cluster. Did I use all the other pink ones? I guess I did. Okay, so there we've got some more that we can play with. Let's see if I have too bright, too bright. And like I said, these are not, I'm just going to put that there because I think a button just right on top of it. Simple, easy. You see that I'm not using a lot. I'm not using the staplers. Oh, this one's kind of long too. I'll throw that up there. And if I need it, I can use it. Ooh, this might work. Oh gosh, that's good for up. No, we'll use that for something else too. I thought I had got all the big pieces out. But what I'm finding at the moment, because we're bucking up on the kids moving into their apartment, is I just need to be doing some fun, simple little projects. And these kind of things are good because I've got a lot of reorganizing to do. And I don't really want to do that until, all of their things are moved. And I'm going to do something different here. We're going to do this. I'm just going to use that as the base. We'll put a button in the middle of it, and then I'll probably tear off a little bit of the white background, but it kind of keeps everything together. And I might do that right now. Let's see. Oop, I got that through there. Changing my mind because I don't like that that's going to dry on there, and it's going to be, we're doing that just like this. I don't think this tears very well. Yeah, I didn't think so. That's what I thought. Well, I'm going to, oh gosh, I should have checked to make sure you guys could see all this. Yeah, you can. I think that'd be cool. I'm just going to leave it like that. I'll sew it, and then we'll go from there. All right, let's just put these together. The little dab of glue. And when I say a little bit, I just mean seriously a tiny, tiny, tiny bit. All right, let's play with some other colors. How about this green? I love this. And I don't have a special size that I use. I don't have, let's see, some yellow would be good with this. I try to not cut too much, like to make extra work of it. I don't really worry too much about the size. And I really don't have a true formula. I just kind of play with things until I get it to where I think it works. Here I got a little ruffle. This was a ruffle, I think, a ruffly piece gone bad. I didn't like it as much, so let's see if we can... There we go. I saw something else that piqued my interest here. Because you're just trying to make quick work of it and get as much done as you possibly can. And really, the embellishments is what kind of makes it. And what I generally do is I'll get a needle and thread and take up my button. Oh, that's too much. My buttons, and then I'll have already sewed them. So let me show you real quick so that I don't forget, because I will. Excuse me. All right, so what I would do is I would just have my stack of already pre-done things. The glue is already dried, of course, and in this case it's not. And I would literally just have them sitting next to me in a pile. And then as I am sewing, I would sew one, and then I'd bring the next one up. And then I'd be pushing it through, and then I'd just add the next one up. So it's a continual thing, and I'll have this huge, big, long strip of all of these put together. I do not cut them apart necessarily until I'm going to use them. So I'll embellish them. If it gets too awkward and too, off when I'm actually putting charms or buttons or things like that on it, then I will cut them apart. But it's kind of nice to keep them all in one strip, and then you can just pull it out and pick which ones you want. Let's do some purple because, we don't have a whole lot of purple. This is some vintage. This is a vintage piece. You can tell it's very, very, very thin. You can see through it. And I'm not going to make it into a square. I'm going to leave it like that. But my hope is that I can really pop through a lot of these and kind of get this pared down. I did send, I don't know, Carrie, if you're watching this, if you get tired of all of the scraps that I send you, please tell me, and I won't. But I just sent Carrie another bag from another little clean out of goodies because she does beautiful clusters and she sells them on the Maker's Market. She does wonderful work. And what I notice is sometimes, like, I'll have these beautiful pieces, but they're big, and I'm like, well, I'm not going to waste that on a fabric or on a cluster. What if we try this? Let's just try this for the fun of it. Let's just take this Swiss dot, green Swiss dot, and let's just try to do, I don't think I've ever done this before. Let's just try to make like a big sheet of clusters, and then we'll cut them up. Maybe I'll take them over to the, I kind of like that together. Just like that. Let's see if we have a piece of lace that we could pop underneath it. Do I have one long enough? I'm trying not to dig into my other things. And I know there's not a lot of lace here, but I think we could just go like that. Go like that. You can't hardly see that. That's not going to work. Poo. Do I want to? Let's do it that way. I don't know. I kind of liked it just like that. Let's not overdo it. Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to pull this off just a little bit. And we'll see what happens. Let me just go whip this through the sewing machine real quick so we can do this together. Oh, I got my sewing room closed up. Hang on, Slippy. Okay. It's going to be the fastest sewing ever. All right, done. Thank you for waiting. All right, look how cute that looks. Now it's all together, and we'll just see what it looks like, and then we can have, technically though, let's just do this. Let's just have a little play with this, just like it is, because maybe we're on to something. I mean, I'm sure somebody else has probably done this, but, maybe this is a good way to mass make some clusters a little bit differently. What do you think? Okay, so let's see. Why not? We'll just put this little guy on top of it. Those are two different looks. Let's see. Oh, what about this? That's much work. Like I said, I've never made them like this, but gosh, this is a time saver, isn't it? Now, this is basically how I make my, my ruffles and my, handmade washi. Sometimes I make ties this way. Oh, this one would be cute too. It just fell into my lap. Okay, now that's 4 of these. Okay. So we've just made, in a pretty short order, 4 clusters. But let's just, for the sake of, okay, what would this really look like? Let's just go ahead and pop these down. Because if I'm going to put buttons or something, I'm just going to put buttons because I have some handy. I'm not going to sew back over them, so we do want to make sure that they're on there. Now, I may sew through them by hand. Here we go. We're just going to throw a bunch of these buttons in here, see what we got. Of course, I grab all of the big ones. This one's pretty. It's pink, though. Come on, come to mama. That one's pink as well. Nope. Oh, here's one that's kind of a... Oh, I don't like that. Here's a blue. Here's a blue. We need something a little bit bigger. No. None of the... Ooh, that's cool. It doesn't go with that. All right, hang on. Do another look. Ooh, I see something cool. What if we do that with, maybe we can find a smaller little button to go in the center. I think it probably had a center to it at one time, but come on, why are these all pink? Like that one would be perfect, but it's pink. Ooh, here, is this red? There we go. That will work. Now I don't want that color. Here's a yellow. We'll double those up. What's this? Oh, that's a heart. It's a bead, though. Nope. That one's kind of cool. It's just wooden. There we go. Now, if I were doing this if I would have thought this out, perhaps I would have, sorted some buttons. I personally enjoy sifting through my buttons in my button jar, but I know that's not for everybody. Looky, here what we got. See what we got. I just saw something that would be kind of cute, but not on this one. But I'm going to keep those little guys up. Okay, let's just, instead of overthinking it, which if left to my own devices, I probably would. I do a good job of telling myself, don't overthink it, Ange. Don't overthink it. All right. We're going to put all 3 of these on there. Now, for this, we're just going to glue them on because that's what we're going to do. That was a lot of glue. And then I'll cut them up when they dry, and you can see what they look like. Is that going to be on there enough? I don't know. I'm being kind of sloppy with it too, so, because I just want to show you the process. I like this idea, though. Maybe we'll do this again. Maybe we won't put all the beads or the buttons and stuff, because I want to be able to put some charms on there, and I want to be able to hand sew them on too. But this we're just doing for the sake of demonstration. That's cute. That looks prettier on the other side. Okay, we'll give this a second. Now again, I will tell you, if you're one of those people that likes things all flat and pretty, then by all means, iron. I'm not gonna. Let's do this one with this one that let's just go like that. Well, and some of these buttons may work on this. Now you can make these as long as you want. Since we're just experimenting, we're just gonna try this. Okay, so we've got the yellows, some oranges. We've got some, this one might work. Greens and some turquoise. This one I think will be perfect on there. This is an oldie too. So new fabric meets old fabric. Like it. All right, let's just finger press it. So it's a little bit not quite as crazy. All right, now on this, we have some lavender, some orange. So we're this is still a little bit, I mean, it covers up a lot of that background, but I think that will be okay. We'll just see. Let's see. I got a piece of this. Let's put that there. Why not? We'll bring out some lavender. Remember, I don't have a lot of lavender type pieces, so let's try that. How about orange? I don't have a ton of orange either. Let's do this. I'm going to leave the strings on for now. So you can kind of go like this and see if you like them. I feel like this needs a little bit of pop of lavender or something on the very top. Oh, I got this little. I think orange, or, you know, kind of a peachy orange and lavender looks really cute together. You know, we're not going to do that. We're not going to put these on there, but... All right, so we got this. Let's see. Here's a green. I'm just going to go like this. I can cut that off. Let's see if we have a little bit of... This is really old. Let's just do that. This was like trim off of a dress, maybe? I don't know. It's old. Okay, there's that. That looks fine. Because imagine if you had a cute little button. That will be cute. Okay, and that one I think will be fine. But I really want to use up some of this junk that I got over here. It's not junk. What's this? Sure. Sure. Or do I want that here? I don't really like it with all that, but we're leaving it. We're not changing it. I need another one. I need one more. Oh, what's this? I think it was a flower. Nah. Covers everything up. Okay, we need one right here. Come on, Ange. All right, let's see. Let's use a little bit of green. So we can get just a real diverse look using all of these. So you can kind of see that one base, lots of different looks. See that? None of these really go with it, but all right, let's put them down. That one needs something. Look at me. There we go. Ooh, that's a lot of glue that came out. So we're just gonna wipe off some of that. And again, for the sake of our project, I am just tacking these down with glue. They'll dry thoroughly. I'll run them through the machine. But I need to wait until they're very, very dry. And there really isn't a lot, except for that one where it was oozing out. There's not a ton of glue that's getting on here. Just enough to... That's very, very stringy. Which, that's the other thing that you can add, is you can add all your threads in there and just kind of pile them on top here, and it just adds for another dimension and looks really cute. All right, let's do this one. I think this was a lot faster. Should we try one more? And I'll look at the time. All right, and see. Okay, just for the sake of you guys seeing what this looks like, I'm going to cut these apart. And you got varied sizes, you got varied shapes. There you go. So now you have a lot of different looks. And we did 4 of those in no time flat. All right. So those weren't going through my sewing machine anyway. Therefore, that was fine that I cut them apart. But we'll come back when I show you all of our finished products. All right, what else do I have that's a long strip? You know what? Let's find... Here. This one's a good one. All right, this is kind of heavy. And I have all of these colors. These are not really my most favorite colors. So what we're going to do with this one is we're going to kind of do... Oh, maybe we could do this. We're kind of going to do what we do when we make handmade washi, when we make ruffles. This would make a cool ruffle. Do I have enough? Of course. Let's see. Ooh, I might. So here's another way that you can use up those little pieces that come from, like, if you go to a... There's more. An estate sale or a yard sale or even a thrift store, and they have bags of fabric. A lot of times quilters will have overcut. They cut more than they really needed for their project, or, you know, sometimes they goof too and didn't quite get what they needed. And they end up with pieces like this. Oh, this is cool. We're using up a whole lot of it. That one I've already used. That one I've used. Those are the same. This one's far enough away. We just need one more. And I think with this, well, let's do that one. Look at that. That's going to be fabo. And I just used a whole bunch of scraps on that. Love. Okay, now the tricky part is going to be keeping these in place so as not to move as I'm putting them together. And remember, I was not terribly neat and tidy with this, but great way to use these little triangles. Now, let's see if I can lift this up. Put a dab of glue there. I think we're going to leave well enough alone. It should be good. That's cute. All right, we can make a bunch out of that. What else do I have? Well, let's look at some of these bigger ones. See, like this. I want to show you with just this big old wad of thread. How about... Sorry, I'm for my reach here. Let's just use a strip of this. This looks like it was sewn together by someone. Pieced together, I should say. All right. What color have we not done? Have we done? We did some pinks. Let's do this. I really like this color. So because that is, yeah, I think I have rethought my cluster making process. I really, really like this idea. Save that one for something else. And a little chunk of this. I had a lot of it. We can save some of that for you know, what are those things called? Fabric flips? Yep. This is the orange I would wanted to use. And you could use your pinking shears too. I think that would be great. That fits on there nicely. But you can take these and just make a great big cluster of them in the middle. And then you can take your embellishment and put it right down in the center. It looks super, super cute. And that's probably what I'll do with that eventually. That went there. Let's see, do I have any? I'm going to stick this here. So I feel like I could get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I could get 7 clusters out of that. Oh, here's some more little orange. This is really bright. Do I care? I kind of like that there, just all wackadoo-ish. And it would be cute just to add like a pink button. Because you know how I liked my pink, yellow, and orange. So let's just do it. Here's another one of these little ruffles. We could probably take the moda part off and put it there. There we go. And as you can tell, I'm not really overthinking it. I'm just sticking things on there. Do we want anything else on here? We could use some blue. There's some blue. What about this behind here? That we could probably make into 2 pieces. And again, we're getting a totally different look now. Maybe we could put one on top, one on the bottom. Now we have just different little looks there. I'm getting low on my tiny little fibers, but that's okay. And we'll put that there. We're going to leave it. Well, I'm going to do 2 tiny little pieces of, I actually think I want to keep those just like that. Yeah, I'm going to leave it. Because I do like those kind of simple like that. All right, so let's just, whoa, look at that. That's a mess. Well, we'll put that on the bottom here. And we'll spread it out. And just a little dab. Do ya? As I've said a million times, I'm sure you're sick of hearing that. Okay, well, like I said, see, experiment and maybe learn some new techniques. And this definitely is going to be a time saver for me. Did I already do that one? I don't know. I did. I'm doing it like this because I use up more. And it makes it easier when I do my strips. There we go. Another one. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 just out of this one. All right, cool. Let's see how much time we have been going at. 41 minutes. We better wrap it up. So let's see what we've got here that we finished. So we said we had 7. So there's those. And I'll probably work on these a little bit more. And then I think I'm going to come back and do some fabric flips with you guys. So this one, and maybe I'll finish these before I do the fabric flip video. And we'll see what happens. Okay, so we had 7. We probably get, I don't know. I might do something different. But if I didn't, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16 probably out of those. And then back to the ones we were doing single dingles. So there's 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, probably 26, probably 28, 29. There you go. 30 different fabric clusters in just 40 minutes. So that's pretty awesome. All right, I'm going to finish these up. I'm going to put some buttons on them. Maybe sew some things, maybe do a few more, using up more of my scraps. And then we'll come back. When I come back to do the fabric flips together, we will go over what we made and see what we got. So I hope you enjoyed that. Just a little craft and chat and craft with me. And I hope you give them a try if you've never tried these before. Until next time, friends, remember to take time to just be. And we'll see you soon. Cheers.